Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jessica, and today I want to talk about something that is totally unrelated to how to learn English. I feel like for the last few months I was caught in between how to learn English and how not to learn English. I want to talk about how to learn English, but at the same time I feel like learning English is very easy. There's only one way to achieve speaking fluently, that is to deal with boredom, to deal with tedious. If you can deal with boredom, you can be unstoppable. You can do everything, literally. Like if you want to remember one word, just go ahead, remember it. If you want to remember one sentence, just go ahead and read it out loud over and over again, and that's the only thing you need to do. You don't need all those fancy skills, all those fancy tips, all those fancy things that will make you feel like you are doing something meaningful. You don't need to have all those fancy skills to prove to yourself that you are learning English right here. You are learning English because you are capable of facing the truth that learning English is life-changing path. It's not just learning English. It's a way of changing your life. It's a way of changing your daily routine. It's a way of telling yourself that you need to become someone different. And on the topic of become someone different, I feel so attached to this sort of topic because I remember 10 years ago, I was very fascinated by the topic of feminism. I was passionate about reading all those feminism books. I love the way that some people or some books talk about how to be a better human being, how to be an independent woman, how to treat yourself as a princess, not just someone else's bag or things that they want to attach to. You are yourself. And all those topics wear out in the last few years, maybe because of COVID, but I think it's more because I changed a lot. I'm no longer someone who I was used to be. I am completely a new person. Have you ever had that feeling that when you look back your life and you realize that you're a new person? You are not deliberately changing your lifestyle. You're not deliberately thinking that you need to work hard every day to improve your skills, to improve your strategy, to talk to other people, to build all those social networks. You just changed. You just completely changed. It's like the time tells you that, well, you are no longer a teenager. You are a full adult. To be an adult, you need to behave in a certain way. And sometimes we feel like if we believe in a certain way, that will enable us to have more deeper understanding of how to be a good adult. But what I found out is, even though I'm not pushing myself that hard, I still changed into a completely different person. I'm not saying I don't believe feminism right now. I completely disgust with the fact I try to push myself on that path. What I'm saying is that after I'm married, after I have my kids, I see the world with different understanding. I can see why some people are loving kids. I can see why some people are so fussy about the milk quality condition, or somebody actually smoking right in front of them. Before I have a family, I thought freedom is just freedom. It's nothing to do with other people. You know, if someone wants to smoke, you can just go ahead and he can just go ahead and smoke. But right now, I just feel like everything is so connected. If we want to have a better life, if we want to have a better world, we need to really work hard on it. We need to tell ourselves that we're not here to just benefit from other people's contribution. We're here to make contributions for ourselves. We're here to prove we're here to make us worth living on this earth. And we're here to identify that the reason our parents created us is because we're so good at what we're doing. We are so good at transform ourselves into a new person. We're so different than before. And sometimes we're so afraid of changing. And sometimes we're afraid of changing. We're so afraid of transformation. We're so afraid of becoming someone that we probably couldn't recognize in the future or in the past. But somehow I feel like why we're so afraid of changing, why we're so afraid of becoming someone that we so longing to become, but so afraid to actually change into that person. Well, maybe because changing is terrifying. The act of changing itself is totally satisfying. The act of changing itself is totally terrifying. We are so afraid that if we started to change, we will lose everything we own. We will lose the connection with our friends. We will lose the connection with our relatives. We will lose the connection with ourselves. Because sometimes people are so obsessed with the fact that if you changed, you are no longer the true self. You are someone less authentic. You are someone completely hypocritical. You are no longer yourself. We're so afraid of losing ourselves, so we lock ourselves in this small black box. And in this small black box, because it's so black, we cannot say anything. We cannot even see ourselves. We think in this little small box, we will survive the darkness. But the darkness, if you think about it, is the whole world. Every day when the sun set finished, every day after sun setting, the whole world is growing into darkness. And then we can see the sky with our own eyes, and the sky is full of stars, and there's no light on it. And because there's no light in it, and because there's no light, the stars are shining, and the beautiful Milky Way is saying towards us, and the beautiful Milky Way is saying. And the reason I want to talk about this sort of like completely unrelated spots on my mind is not because I want to confuse you. It's not because I feel like it's time to talk about what I feel about the world or what I feel about myself. It's all about I want to talk about something that is more deep, meaningful than just learning how to learn English. Learning how to learn English is all about changing your lifestyle. Just like losing weight. If you want to lose weight, you need to eat less. How to eat less? You need to learn how to deal with your empty time where you used to have them on eating. And now you have plenty of free time of doing something else. You don't have to spend all of them on eating. So what are you going to do with them? It's the same thing with learning English. And now you decided to learn English. So you spend 1 hour a day to learn English. So what can I do in order to make myself so focused that I don't do mind drifting, I don't do phone checking during that whole hour. I just need to sit down and learn. I just need to deal with boredom. And the whole mindset of sit down and learn, sit down and be focused is so overwhelming to me. And I always thought, well, all those being disciplined, being independent is just so popular. A lot of people talk about them online. It makes you feel like they're so new, they're so trend. You feel like if you cannot catch up with the idea of being independent or being feminist, you are so lost. But somehow in real life, being independent sometimes it's not really necessary. Maybe you have a sick mother to take care of. Maybe you need to be fully engaging with your family life, and even though you really want to break free, you don't know how. And that's the reality of our life. And in order to live a better life, we need to deal with the reality, not just the not just the hyper therapeutical topic that keep engaging with our lives online. And that's what I want to talk about. I hope it makes sense. I really want to record more of these sort of random talking videos to you guys, help you to understand why I am so passionate about learning English, why I'm so devoted to learn anything I want to learn, why I'm having this sort of lifestyle where I don't really spend much money, don't really spend much of my time go out to hang out with friends or to hang out with relatives, why I'm totally capable of dealing, with my loneliness, solitude. And that's what I want to find out. That's what my requests are. Not just I want to record a video for fun. I want to record a video on those topics just because I want to find their answer. I want to express the beauty. I want to experience the moments in life that are completely devoted to my own transformation moment, to my own transformation process. And that's what I want to do. Hope you enjoyed this random talking video, and see you next time.